Have you ever wondered why your life feels stuck? Why you're always exhausted, unmotivated, and seemingly have no control over anything? The truth is, no one is holding you back. You've compromised on things you should have never traded away. You've let others decide who you are, what you should do, and how much you're worth. Today, I'm going to tell you about 7 core things you should never compromise on, for anyone. Because if you don't protect them, your life will no longer be your own. Think you're in control of your life? Wait until we get to number 5, where I'll reveal the biggest mistake most people make. Don't miss it, because it might just change the way you live forever. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe and like if you're new here. It helps me keep bringing you more valuable content. You can lose money, your job, even friends, but if you lose your core values, you have nothing. Today's world is full of temptations, get-rich-quick schemes, shortcuts to success, and compromises for approval. Many people are willing to bend their principles just to be liked or to gain short-term benefits. But look at those who have truly succeeded. They never sold out their values. Your core values are your compass. They help you make the right decisions, maintain self-respect, and stand firm against the crowd. If you compromise your honesty, you'll become a liar. If you abandon your integrity, you won't be able to look in the mirror without shame. If you sacrifice your ethics, you'll become someone you no longer recognize. History has proven that great individuals are not those who conform to please others. They are the ones who stand by their beliefs, even in the face of criticism, isolation, or danger. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So how do you protect your core values? Define your non-negotiables: honesty, integrity, loyalty, or whatever makes you you. Stay away from people who try to change you just to fit their needs. And most importantly, live in a way that makes you proud of yourself. Because in the end, the world can take a lot from you, but your core values, that's something no one can steal unless you give them away. You can have all the money, fame, and relationships in the world, but without health, none of it means anything. Yet, many people compromise their well-being for work, social pressure, or worse, just to please others. Have you ever stayed up late just because someone expected you to always be available? Skipped workouts or ignored healthy habits just because friends or colleagues pressured you into bad routines? Endured toxic relationships that drained you physically and mentally simply because you were afraid of upsetting someone? If so, you're destroying yourself to satisfy people who don't truly care about you. Your physical and mental health should be your top priority. A strong body gives you the energy to chase your goals, while a sharp mind helps you make the right decisions. Don't let anyone guilt-trip you for needing rest. Don't let anyone push you into a stressful, unbalanced life just to meet their unrealistic expectations. The right people will never ask you to sacrifice your well-being to please them. They will respect your time, encourage self-care, and help you maintain balance. On the other hand, if someone constantly stresses you out, drains your energy, and makes you feel out of control, ask yourself, are they really worth sacrificing yourself for? Health isn't something you can buy back once it's gone. Prioritize it, because a strong body and mind are the foundation for everything else in life. Nothing is scarier than looking back on your life and realizing you never truly lived. Every day, millions of people wake up, go to jobs they hate, and live lives they don't want, simply because they gave up on their dreams too soon. Not because they weren't capable, but because they let others convince them their dreams were impossible. Have you ever been told to be more realistic? That you're not good enough? That so many people have failed at that? That's not advice, that's their fear talking. And if you listen, it will become your fear too. No one has the right to decide your limits except you. If you give up on your goals just because of a few doubters, then ask yourself, did you really want it in the first place? The most successful people in the world aren't the most talented or the smartest. They're simply the most relentless, the ones who refuse to quit even when everything is against them. If Steve Jobs had listened to people who said no one needed a phone without a keyboard, the world wouldn't have the iPhone. If Elon Musk had given up on his dream of sending humans to Mars because of pessimists, we wouldn't have SpaceX. If you don't stand firm on your goals, you'll become just another person who lives a forgettable life, dying with a long list of what-ifs. You will fail. That's normal. But what's worse than failure? Never even trying. If you truly want something, stop waiting for anyone's approval. Take action. The world doesn't care about people with great ideas who never do anything. It only remembers those who had the guts to chase their dreams to the end. So the real question isn't, can you do it? It's, are you willing to do whatever it takes? Stop wasting another day living in weakness and chaos. Subscribe to Stoic Success now to build an unbreakable mindset, master your emotions, and face life like a warrior. If you don't take control of your life, someone else will. The world is full of people who want to control you, whether it's overprotective family members or those who believe they have the right to dictate how you should live. If you lack a strong stance and clear boundaries, your life will become nothing more than a reflection of their desires, not your own. Personal freedom isn't just about moving where you want or speaking your mind. It's about choosing the life you want, pursuing your passions, and deciding who has access to your world and who doesn't. It's about having the courage to say no when someone tries to manipulate you and standing up for yourself, even when it makes others uncomfortable. But here's a hard truth. Many people would rather live under control than take full responsibility for their lives. They fear freedom because freedom means no more excuses. If you want a life worth living, you must be willing to take charge of it. That means stopping the habit of living to please others, stopping the fear of disappointing people, and finally asking yourself, what do I really want? Of course, this won't be easy. Some people won't like it when you start setting boundaries. They'll call you selfish, ungrateful, or say you've changed. But remember, the ones who truly love you will respect your freedom. Only those who want to control you will get upset when you stand up for yourself. So ask yourself, do you want to be the one in control of your life, or just a puppet pulled by other people's expectations and pressures? You only get one life. Don't let anyone live it for you. If you don't respect yourself, don't expect anyone else to. Self-respect isn't arrogance or trying to prove you're better than others. It's about knowing your worth and deciding how you deserve to be treated. And sadly, many people are willing to compromise this just to keep a relationship, hold on to a job, or fit into society. Have you ever been in a relationship that made you feel small, unworthy, like you constantly had to prove yourself? Have you ever worked for a boss who disrespected you, but you tolerated it because this job is important? Have you ever lowered yourself just to fit in with a group of friends, even though you knew they didn't truly care about you? If so, stop. Every time you allow someone to treat you poorly without speaking up, you are teaching them that it's acceptable. Your self-respect is the one thing no one can take from you, unless you hand it over. If someone makes you feel worthless, that's not their fault. It's yours for allowing them the opportunity to do so. The truth is, the world won't treat you based on what you wish. It will treat you based on what you allow. People who truly respect you will never force you to change to fit their needs. They won't belittle you, make you feel inadequate, or take advantage of your kindness. If someone only sticks around when you're agreeable and obedient, they're not the kind of person you need. You don't need to scream to the world that you deserve respect. Just act like you do. Because when you value yourself, you'll naturally attract people who respect you and eliminate those who don't. Time is the one thing you can never get back. Every minute wasted on meaningless things is a minute you'll never regain. Yet, every day, countless people throw away their time and energy on unfulfilling jobs, toxic relationships, and pointless arguments. Have you ever caught yourself mindlessly scrolling through social media, only to feel drained afterward? Have you ever kept a relationship alive out of obligation, even though it only brought negativity? Have you ever exhausted yourself helping people who never appreciated your sacrifices? If so, it's time to take back control. Your time and energy are more valuable than you think. Stop wasting them on things that don't matter. If someone only shows up when they need you but disappears when you need them, cut them out. If your job drains you without offering long-term value, find a way to change it. If an activity doesn't help you grow, stop doing it. Don't be afraid to say no to time wasters. Successful people don't try to do everything. They focus on what truly matters. They don't get caught up in petty distractions. They don't let others dictate their schedule. And most importantly, they don't feel guilty for putting themselves first. Every single day that passes is a day you can never get back. Use it wisely. Don't wait until it's too late to realize you've wasted your entire life on things that never really mattered. If you don't set boundaries, the world will walk all over you. How many times have you agreed to something even when you didn't want to? How many times have you let someone cross the line just because you were afraid of being disliked or making them uncomfortable? If the answer is too many, it's time to change. Setting boundaries isn't selfish, it's self-respect. It's how you tell the world, this is what I allow and this is what I will never tolerate. Boundaries protect your time, energy, emotions, and self-worth. Without them, you'll constantly be used, pulled into situations you don't want, and eventually you'll burn out trying to meet everyone else's expectations. The people who don't respect your boundaries are usually the ones who benefit from you not having them. They'll call you difficult, cold, or even selfish when you start standing up for yourself. But remember this, the people who truly care about you won't be offended by your boundaries. Only those who want to take advantage of you will react negatively when you say no. Setting boundaries doesn't mean becoming heartless. It means prioritizing what truly matters. You don't have to be everywhere, help everyone, or agree to everything. Protect your space, because if you don't, no one else will. You can't control how others treat you, but you can control what you allow. Remember, the world will treat you exactly how you permit it to. If you don't stand up for your boundaries, don't be surprised when people keep crossing them. Life is a series of choices. Every time you compromise on your core values, you hand over control of your life to someone else. No one can live for you, and no one will take responsibility for your regrets. That's why you must protect what matters most: your values, health, dreams, freedom, self-respect, time, and boundaries. Some people won't like it when you start standing up for yourself. You'll face criticism, judgment, and resistance. But remember this, those who truly care about you will respect your choices. The ones who complain are simply those who benefited from your inability to say no. You can either keep living to please others, or you can start living a life you're proud of. The choice is yours. And if you don't fight for what's important to you, don't expect anyone else to do it for you. Live as a leader, not as someone constantly chasing the approval of others. Thank you for being here. If you found this video helpful, subscribe, turn on notifications, and like this video. Don't forget to leave a comment so we can spread positivity together.